Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog. Now this video is a little thing called the how much you charge effect. Now just by the title alone, certain artists are going to completely overs what I'm about to talk about. And to let people know that it happens to the best of us as well. So here's the thing. Here's a scenario that I encounter a whole heap of times. And it only happens by way of my willingness to interact with people, as opposed to putting a buffer between promoters and myself, i.e. a manager, i.e. a representative. So hands up if this has happened to you. I'm talking to the artists right about now. So here we have a situation. You get a phone call, mostly phone calls, right? And it's one of your brethrens or your sistrens, one of your key brethrens or one of your sistrens that you associate with on a regular basis, that knows you, right? And they say to you, yes, well, I have a brethren who's opening up a nightclub and this and that and te. And, you know, he wants you to do a PA. Okay? How much you charge? So, on that basis, I have to let the person know I don't do PAs. And then the question get asked, well, why don't you do PAs? And then I answer the question, well, I don't think it would be fair to my public on the basis that I've recorded 20 odd albums just to give people 3 tunes. And no doubt it will probably be Sharing the Night or Love You Down, Main Squeeze. Those 3. It might not be all those 3, but guarantee it's going to be Sharing the Night and Main Squeeze. Because if I don't sing those 2 songs at an event, there's a riot. Instant riot. And it's coming from the ladies. Man is just standing back. Ladies flinging stilettos in my head back. No, I can't have that. So as a result, I decided a long time ago that I'm not doing PAs, because when I go out to perform, I want to encapsulate my performance across many different albums with different tracks. Because, not trying to, you know, boost up myself or anything like that, but I've had a hit on relatively nearly every album I've released. So, to basically sing the hit tunes from at least one hit tune from one album is going to serve the public very well. So it makes perfect sense. And I made this comment on one of my videos. I said, the day I do a PA is when Berry Salmon comes over here and does a PA. If Berry Salmon comes over here and does a PA, I'll do a PA. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's good for him, it's good for me too. Argument done. Anyway, that's the basis of me not doing PAs, right? Then the next question comes in. Well, okay, so basically, so how much you charge if you do a live show? So there's a quandary right there, because one side of me is saying, don't ask me that question. Another side of me is asking, well, what's your budget? What's your budget? And I've done both with different promoters. I've told promoters don't ask me that question simply because it's not the right thing to do at that point in time. It's to clarify whether or not you want me to do the show or not. If you want me to do the show and you want to bill me on the show, then you have a right to basically ask me that question. But if you're just fishing around to find out how much I charge so that those said promoters can go around the country and tell other promoters and give them a ballpark figure of the conversation they've had with me, then that is foolishness. and I abstain from that. Then there's the other side where I ask the promoters, what's in your budget? And you see how when the tables turn, they say to me, we can't tell you that. So if they can't tell me how much they've got in their kitty, and then want to know how much me charge, and they're not even going through the official channels in basically doing so, you see how the situation stands. Now, that's not even so much of an issue, because I regard myself as a people's person. I like to link with people on a social level, whether it be face-to-face or the internet or otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I like to consider myself an amiable person that you can approach, all right? But when promoters come to me with that, and I not utilize, but I express my relating to you by saying, okay, right, all right, me and my band, we charge this. Then the next thing I get is, well, okay, I'm going to talk with my colleagues and we'll get back to you. See, from the moment they say that, I'm not going to hear nothing from them again. Guarantee it. And that is what I find rank and out of order and downright rude with people. Because for them not to even say it's not in our budget, because you're not even revealing how much of a budget you basically have. Even if they had the mindset of saying, or even if the guy went to his people and basically, and his people saying, Lloyd Brown, me not pay a Lloyd Brown that amount of money. Lloyd Brown not worth that money. Lloyd Brown worth peanuts. Even if the promoter thinks that, the least they can do is come back and say to me or my representatives, that's not in our budget. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're covering all bases. That's why I know some of these people are stupid in the way they negotiate with people. Do you know what I mean? Because they think they're smart by trying to get a figure out of me. And half the time, and I know a lot of other artists does this, is from the moment they sense foolishness and stupidness, they would charge like 6 grand, 7 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand for a show. I'm talking UK artists. I'm not talking about international artists. I'm talking UK artists, right? And straight away, it's like, from you do that, you're not going to hear nothing from them again. Which kind of works. But then at the same time, you run the risk of kind of overpricing yourself to the rest of the marketplace. Even though you're just trying to get that promoter out of your peripheral, you know what I'm saying? So it can have an adverse effect on an artist. But it's on the basis of the subject matter of this video why I want to state, firstly, that the whole middleman, silent partner, promoter bullshit, it done with me. It done with me. And I'm going to tell you why it done with me. Because little under 2 weeks ago, I received a phone call from a booking agent, booking manager for a well-known venue. The conversation basically was like this. Hey, hi Lloyd, how you doing? How you doing? It's such and such from such and such. Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, we loved your performance. We loved your performance the last time you came down. And I kind of understood that you done it for a third-party promoter. Yes, I did, and blah, blah. It's all good, it was all good, it was all blessed. All right, so here's the thing now. We want to book you to basically perform at this venue. And we got a series of dates to basically give you. You can have either this date or that date. Okay, I'll have that date. Okay. Now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes, Mr. Brown. It's money, you know, we've got to deal with money. How much do you charge? Right, I charge XYZ. Okay, right, fine. So here's a situation. We got an X capacity venue, so we can basically charge our ticket prices at Y or Z. It's up to you. It's up to you. How do you feel your price range is set? Okay, I think it's Z. We can work with Z. Okay, fine, fair enough. Yeah, I understand you got some you got some music coming out. I've been watching your vlogs and stuff like that, and you got some albums coming out, right? Yes, got some albums coming out. So is it possible that we can basically, we can incorporate the promotion of your albums with the event that we're booking you for? Yeah, cool. And I know it might be a bit too much to ask, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, is it possible that we can, utilize certain elements of the album, which I am not going to discuss with you, but carrying on with the conversation. Is it, possible that we could implement certain things from the album that you're putting out? Yeah, fine, no problem. Okay, Mr. Brown, right, so what I'm gonna need from you, I'm gonna need your name, your address, your bank account details, your sort code, all of that stuff, and so we can send the contract to you, and we're gonna basically start promoting your show from next week, and that's basically it. So we look forward to seeing you, Mr. Brown, and look out for my email address. What's your email address, by the way? Oh, lloydbrownmusic@hotmail.com. Okay, fine. Look out for an email from me within the next couple of days, blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. No, thank you, sir. Okay, speak to you later. Bye-bye. Click. That was one conversation that I didn't have to go through. The guy didn't have to go through no buffer, right? He basically spoke to me, and we just basically spoke direct. Cards on the table, what is what, yada, yada, yada. He didn't tell me what his budget was, but you know what he told me? His intention. He told me his intention before he even asked me how much I charge. And I'm telling you from now, that's not a habit that these promoters in reggae music have. It's not a habit. They want to find out how much you charge for them to deem themselves for them to deem if you're worth that amount of money or not. Not for the pulling power you basically have, not for the fan base you have, just for him to be spending that amount of money on you, as opposed to our Jamaican counterparts, where they will be more than willing to basically group up with 5, 6 other investors, not promoters, investors, and pay 10 times more money than that, 20 times more money than that, just to simply get a return. And they want to call themselves promoters. But that's a different subject. But what I'm trying to highlight is the conversations that I have with people in the business that means business. They mean the business that they claim themselves to be in. So when a promoter basically asks me how much you charge, it has an effect in my brain and in my mouth. It just does. Because it's not about me touring the world, getting as much shows as I can possibly get, or what have you. It's about the quality of shows that I get. So even if I do 4 shows a year, I'm happy with that. Even if I do 1 show for the year, I still give thanks for that, because it's the quality of the show that I'm basically doing. And that's on the back of the reasoning behind me not doing PAs. So I hope people can get an understanding of what I'm about musically, professionally, when it comes to these things. So I want to state for the record that if you're not the person that has the purse strings talking to me on the phone right, or talking to a representative of mine, right, don't bother call me. Don't. Please don't. Because if that's going to be the scenario, the first question that's going to pop out their mouths is how much you charge. Just rewind this video to the instance of the conversation I had with the booking agent for a well-known venue that I had. He can vouch for me because that's how the conversation went. He didn't ask me how much I charged. That wasn't the first question that came out of his mouth. His intention came out of his mouth. And that wins you more brownie points than you asking me how much I charge. Like money is my motivation here. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to repeat this again. And this is going out to promoters. I want to thank all the fans that buys my products and what have you. This is not even relating to them. I'm pushing them one side politely. I'm talking to promoters here. All right? If you're not the person that has the purse strings, or if you're not the person that's holding the purse strings, that's on the phone to me, don't send nobody to speak on your behalf. Don't do it. I don't care. I don't care the consequences of what I'm saying right about now, because if you're serious, you will deal with me serious. If you have any respect for my work and my craft and my business and my work ethic, you will deal with me differently. But if you're sending a colleague who now I'm not even going to trust because of you using him as a go-between, from you're willing to basically to make that relationship between me and that person a relationship of distrust, then it's foolishness. And you know my saying, abstain from foolishness, even if it's your own. Any promoter that wants to book me to do a show, if you are the person that has the bankroll, if you are the person that is holding the purse strings and you're getting someone else to speak on your behalf, don't call me. Do not call me. All right? Thank you. Love you. So it's with that, ladies and gentlemen. I just feel so good to get that off my chest. So, if anyone wants to know about what it's like to work with Lloyd Brown, is it easy working with Lloyd Brown? Just forward them to this video. Anyway, it's with that I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. And as always, you don't know the coup. People, please, may I beg you, do abstain from foolishness. Even if it's your own. Alright? So, until I catch the eye on the next one, people stay blessed. We're gone.